Hi there. Hope you have a fantastic day today. This lesson, I will teach you how to graph 10 functions. Of course, there is a PDF versions on the description below for you to download so you can work with me. Otherwise, let's go straight into it. Let's say I have y is equal to a 10 of nx. So there is no amplitude for 10 graph. So therefore, to graph this, first of all, we need to find the period first. To find the period, p is equal to pi over n. And then what we do after we find the period, because if you think about the unit circle, we have 4 quadrants, right? And we find the period and we cut into 4 equal parts. Because one period, we have 4 quadrants, okay? To remember that. So let's just go through example 1. So to sketch f of x is equal to 10x between 0 and 2 pi. So let me just find the period first. P is equal to pi over n. So the coefficient is n. So n is 1 in this case. So P equal pi over 1. So that will give me pi. And then we know that the coefficients or the number in front of 10 is 1. Okay, if it no number means constant is 1. Okay, so that's, let me just write this 1 down. So let's say this is 1, this is negative 1. And now we know the period is pi. We have to cut into 4 pieces. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is 1 period. And between 0 and pi is pi over 2, which is called pi divided by 2. And then we need to graph between 0 to 2 pi. So now the period is 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is 2 pi. And then we have pi over 2 and 2 pi over 2, 3 pi over 2. So this is 3 pi over 2. So now what we need to do is we just need to substitute these x value into the functions, and we should give us the point, and we can just grab it from there. So let's just get into it. So when x is equal to 0, so what we do, this is 0 here. So what we do, we just substitute that into x values. So 10, 0 will give me 0. So we had a point there. And the next one is, this is pi over 4, because half of pi over 2 is pi over 4, because it's halfway between 0 and pi over 2. Then we just substitute the value in. So 10 of pi over 4 is 1. So it's 1 here. Or 10 of 45 if you like. Otherwise, you can put that in a calculator. And the next point is pi over 2. So we just put on a calculator. So 10 of pi over 2 is undefined. So therefore, we know that this is vertical asymptote here. Now we just join this up. So there you go. And the next lot is we have pi over 4, 2 pi over 4, 3 pi over 4. So we just put that on a calculator. So now we just change the calculator into radian mode first. So we have to press shift setup, and then under radian, which is 4, option 4. So now what I do is just go 10 of 3 pi over 4. So 3 pi over 4. And it should give me negative 1. So there you go. So negative 1 is here. And we know that 10 of pi, which is 180 degree if you like, is 0. So there you go. So now we just join them up. There you go. And don't forget, because one period is pi, so we have pi over 2 here. And the next asymptote is pi plus that, because one period is pi. So pi plus pi over 2, it's just like 1 plus 1 over 2. So 3 over 2. That is 3 pi over 2. So we just draw the next asymptote first. So 3 pi over 2 is here. And the next point we put in the calculator is, so we have pi over 4, 2 over 4, 3 over 4, 4 over 4, 5 over 4. So we can just put in the calculator 10 of 5 pi over 4. So we put 10 of 5 pi over 4, and we should get 1. So there you go. So it's 1 there. So it's 1 here. So now we just join them up. So there you go. Now it's just repeating itself. So we know that here is -1, and we just go down. So there you go. This is how you draw tan graph. So let me just label x-axis, and this is y or f of x if you like. So there you go. Now second one. So first of all, we need to find the period first. So the period of tan is pi over n. And n is the coefficient of x. So therefore, it's 3. So period is pi over 3. And we need to sketch between 0 and pi. Don't forget, each period we need to cut into 4 equal parts. So let me just cut into 4 equal parts for each period. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is pi over 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is 2 pi over 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 3 pi over 3. But 3 pi over 3 is pi. So let me label this x. And this is f of x. And don't forget, between pi over 3 and 0, so which is 1/3 divided by 2, is 1/6. So this is pi over 6. And this is pi over 6, 2 pi over 6, 3 pi over 6. So 3 pi over 6 is pi over 2. And then 4 pi over 6 and 5 pi over 6 here. That's how you count, okay? So that will do. So now what we need to do is we just substitute these x value into the functions to give us the y value. And let's just put on a calculator. So we know that 4 tan of 0 because 3 times x, so x is 0. So 3 times 0. So there you go. Give me 0. So I put 0 here. And you know that this is 4. So we just put 4 here. Okay. If it's 10, you put 10. If it's 11, you put 11. And this is -4. And between pi over 6 and 0 is pi over 12. We just go 1 over 6 divided by 2. So 1/12. So pi over 12, we just substitute into the function. Change this value into pi over 12. So shift pi over 12. And don't forget your calculator must be in radian mode, okay? Because we put in radian. So that's 4. So there you go. So this is 4 here. Now if you put pi over 6, and it won't work, okay? Because there is an asymptote. If you think about it, pi over 6 times 3 is pi over 2, which is 90 degrees. Tan of 90 degrees is undefined. So this is asymptote here. So now we just join them up. So there you go. And pi over 6, the next asymptote should be at pi over 3 on top. So if you add them up, otherwise we just count into 4 sections. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So this asymptote here. Now what we do, this is 3 pi over 12 because 1 over 12, 2 over 12, 3 over 12. So I just put in a calculator. So 3 over 12. So -4. So there you go. So this is -4. And if we put pi over 3 into x, so that means 4 tan of pi over 3 times 3, which is pi. So 4 tan of pi is 0. So therefore we can see 0 here. And we just join this up. And the next one, it should give you 4. So you 4 there. And now we just join them up. And now you can see it's just repeating because one period is pi over 3. So pi over 2. So the next one, asymptote, it should be here. And otherwise just count 4 parts and then that's it. That's the asymptote. So now it's just repeating. So just connect this. And -4 here. And for pi is 0. And this should be -4. It's just repeating, okay? So there you go. Please pause the video and try this one yourself. Hi there, I'm back. How do you go? So let me go through it with you, okay? Before I do that, please do not forget to give me a thumb up and subscribe if you haven't done so you can help me to grow my channel. So let's get into it. So first of all, we need to find the period of 3 tan of 2x first. So to find the period for tan, P is equal to pi over n. N is the coefficient of x. So the coefficient of x in this case here is 2. So pi over 2. So that is the period. So then we cut into 4 equal parts. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is pi over 2. That is 1 period. So between 0 and pi over 2 is pi over 4, which is go 0 plus a half divided by 2, right? So it should give you a quarter. So that is pi over 4. And then the next one, it should give me, so 1, 2, 3, 4. So pi over 2, 2 pi over 2. So that means 2 pi over 2 is pi. So there you go. And halfway between that, so we can just count pi over 4, 2 pi over 4, and 3 pi over 4. So 3 pi over 4. And we have the 3 in front. So we just write 3 there. And this is negative 3. So now what you do is you just put this value into your calculator and you should be able to sketch it very easily. So let's just go 3 tan of 2 times 0. And don't forget, you need to convert your calculator into radian mode, okay? And we just go 3 tan of 2 times 0. And you should get 0, okay? So there you go. So 0 here. And the next point is pi over 8, because between 0 and the quarter is 1/8. Otherwise, just go a quarter divided by 2, you should get 1/8. So let me just put that in a calculator for you. So if we go, change that into pi over 8. So there you go. It gives you 3. So this is 3 here. And then the next lot is pi over 4. So if you put that in your calculator, so you should get 3 tan of 2 pi over 4. And you cancel that, they give you pi over 2. So you know that tan of 90 degrees is undefined. So therefore, this is the asymptote. So now we just connect this together. So there you go. And the next asymptote is we're going to go pi over 4 at pi over 2, or a quarter plus a half. So otherwise, you can just count 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is the next asymptote, because one period have 4 quadrants. You just count 4 parts. So there you go. Now you should know that tan of pi over 2 times 2, that become tan of pi. So 0 is in here, and then the negative 3, it should be down here. Because if you substitute pi over 8, 2 pi over 8, 3 pi over 8, if you put that in there, so 3 pi over 8, and you should get negative 3. So there you go. Yes. So we just join them up. So there you go. And when x equal 1 over 8, 2, 3, 4, 5 pi over 8, and you should get 3 there. Otherwise, you can just put that on a calculator. Now we just join them up. Now for pi, so 0 here, and just repeating, that's all. So negative 3 here, and we just connect. And now let me just label, this is x, and this is f of x. So there you go, and I hope you got it correct. And thank you so much for watching my video. Bye!